when I say Beth was dragging Ashley, I mean every bit of that. She was I'm talking about G14 classified drag. I'm talking about dragged her. I'm talking about and by her hair at that, had it by the root. I'm talking about, yo, the drag was something serious, okay? It wasn't like a drag. I drag you, throw you on the ground, and then beat you up. No. This was a drag like, no, I'm tired of you type of drag. Beth was dragging this girl by the hair down the few stairs, okay? It was just only like maybe 4 or 5 steps from coming off the porch. So she like, let me go, let me go. Beth dragging her boom in front of her yard. It ain't nothing like somebody dragging you from out your crib, off your porch, in your yard, like by your hair, okay? And you know, like normally when people are dragging you or somebody is dragging you by your hair, what you gonna do? You're gonna try to pull and scratch your way up out of it. You're going to fight your way up out of it. You're going to fight this person up off you, okay? You're not going to let this person just pull you by your hair. But Ashley, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. This girl, while Beth was pulling her hair and dragging her, this girl was holding on to her hair while Beth was pulling her hair. She like, stop, let it go. I don't know what that poster did or help or what, but girl, your face is open. Man, Beth was back up, back up, back up. So Marky like, I'm finna go out there. Why? Why? You hear Miss Smith, right? I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police. So I'm telling Marky like, first off, no, you're not even finna go out there. You're not finna, for what? We got good front row seat right here. Okay, towards Cynthia house, we can see right across the street at Ashley house. You don't need to go outside. What do you need to go outside for? Like, that was bothering me because he literally wanted to go outside and we could see everything front row and center. So boom, you can hear Miss Smith saying like, y'all stop it, stop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call the police, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, man, I'm finna go break it up. Right? Just like that. I'm like, I'm finna go break it up. So as I'm telling him that and we're looking, Beth's still dragging this girl down the block. Like, I'm talking about dragging it. And all you hear is Ashley with this irritating, annoying scream. Okay? Like, I get it. You're being dragged. But dang, can we get another aqua in the voice? She, like, I'm talking about straight irritating. Right? And so as I look, I see Cynthia coming from off the side of her house. So she had to come from the back way. Now, that's what her driveway is, right? So she come from out the side of her house. So I'm like, hey, Marky, I'm like, there goes Cynthia, right? And you just see her just, like, I'm talking about just power running. And she, real quick on Beth. Beth let Ashley go. Right? Beth let Ashley go and turned around and direct her attention on Cynthia. So they swinging. You just see fists just going. So I'm like, yo, I'm finna go stop the fight, right? So Marky like, nah, like, what if mom pull up? I'm like, nah, because Beth already thinking that I'm not on her side. I'm like, so at least I could do is go stop the fight. I felt like I owe her that. I felt like, and it wasn't like Beth was losing this fight. Like, it was a lot going down. But when I looked again, like, because me and Marky talking, and I'm giving him eye contact. But when I glance back out the window and look, I see that Ashley over there, she keep putting her hair in a ponytail, but it kept falling, right? It kept, like, sliding. It wasn't like she was wrapping it up with something. It was like she was tying her hair around her hair, but it kept going to the side. Man, she ran over there. Boo, boo, boo. Now it's a 2 versus 1. In 2 versus 1, bro. And Ashley, it didn't look like she was on them, but Ashley was swinging. Ashley was swinging. And so Beth, like, trying to handle both of them. But Cynthia really, like, doing the give and go. She doing the give and go. She really packing the punches. She really swinging for real. So you see all of a sudden, like, Beth, people, like, kind of come out. But you see Nikki shoot right over there. Like, y'all ain't finna jump on my sister. She took Ashley. Now, here's the deal. Ashley is a little bit older than us. I repeat, Ashley is a little bit older than me, Marky, and Nikki. Okay? So for Nikki to come over there and fight you, beat you up, first off, it looked like an elementary fight watching them fight. They fight, it looked like kangaroo, like they punching like kangaroos. Like nobody putting their hands up. I'm talking about Nikki grabbing her, throwing her on the ground like easily. So I'm like, yo, I'm breaking it up. So Marky like, I'm coming on the porch. I'm like, no. Because every time you come with me, somehow I get double trouble. I'd rather get on trouble on my own. So I'm telling him, like, no, he like, but I want to go on the porch. He like, nobody better not touch you, I promise you. I'm like, just look out the window. Somebody touch me, you come over there. He like, all right. Boom, I shoots out the door. Front door now open. Why did I do that? I don't know. Was it risky? Yes, it was. But did I care? No, I didn't. I cared about how the way Beth looked at me. Because this girl legit had my back. And I felt bad that I felt like I snitched. Because Mark was like, why did you you know what I'm saying? And then I saw that look on her face. And then I just really wanted to kind of like let her know, like, you know, everything's still cool. So I go over there and I'm trying to break it up. So now Beth people's trying to come over there. James, he trying to come over there and break it up. So I'm trying to break it up. I'm like, hey, I'm like, y'all, chill. Y'all, Miss Smith said she called the police. So I see that Nikki and them, they broke up Nikki and them easily. So I'm steady trying to break up Cynthia and them, but they still swinging. So I just grabbed Beth because at first I was trying to get in the middle. And you know, like how you trying to separate two, but nobody wasn't listening. They was still going. Like they was moving me out the way. I'm like, hey, so I grabbed Beth. Like straight up. I just straight up just focused on Beth and grabbed Beth. Like, hey, yo, chill. So as I'm grabbing Beth, which we all know, this is a no-no. This is something that you just don't do, okay? And if you don't know this, let me be the first one to tell you if nobody never told you. When people are fighting, do not grab them if you're not gonna break, or if it ain't two people helping you, or if you don't know how to really separate them, okay? Because when I grabbed Beth and moved Beth, Cynthia was still punching. And whatever Cynthia was still going. 40 days or 40 nights, she was still going. She whacked me in the back of the head, back up. Yo, chill. So Beth like, yo, let me go. Cynthia, as I'm holding Beth, it was quick. Cynthia, hit Beth in the face, right? So Beth pushed me, boom, let me go, Rody Dody, and ran around me. Boom, attacked Cynthia and just, boom, took her to the ground. Now everybody is trying to break them up. They finally break them up, right? Because I couldn't break them up alone. James was trying to make sure Ashley and Nikki ain't get back into it because it was really just me and him. And then you had Ashley talking stuff. And so, boom, now everybody is trying to help, right? So, boom, we finally break them up. As soon as we break them up, I hurry up and, like, try to come across, like, the street. But it was a car coming. So, I stopped. So, Beth comes straight next to me. Now, mind you, I'm trying to just hurry up and run back in the house because I see that my mama ain't pulled up on me. I'm trying to hurry up and run back into the house since I know my mama, I'm scot-free. I didn't get caught. Beth come next to me. She said, never touch me again. Don't say nothing to me. I'm like, what? I'm like, you said that I'm not on your side. Now I showed it. How did show? No, that don't mean you on my side because you broke up a fight. Look what you did. In front of your mama. But you claim that I don't got your back. You claim. I'm like, Beth, we'll talk about it. No, we ain't got to talk about it. Talk about it for what? It happened. It's over with. It's done. Don't ever tell me to have your back again. I'm like, but Beth, it was not like that. I'm like, I was scared. I was worried. Worried about what? When I told you I had your back. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't know that, that you really meant it. Like first off, I don't trust easily. I don't trust easily for you to just sit there and just, no, it doesn't work like that for me. So she like, well, it's cool. I'm just going to go on ahead and just make sure I'm leaving you and your mama alone because your mama ain't nothing but a drama queen. So I'm like, hey, don't talk about my mama. Don't talk about your mama. Your mama dogged y'all. Talked about y'all. I'm like, Beth, I'm not finna, look, I'm finna go back in the house. She like, yeah, go back in the house. I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, I appreciate you though. Appreciate what? Oh, yeah, you was over there, but you tell me to tell her something totally different, but then you go tell on yourself? You go tell on yourself, now she think I'm a liar? I was just trying to show you I was loyal. So she kept stressing that. Boom, I'm walking, right? I'm ignoring her at this point. She's following me up on my porch. She like, you bogus. You dead wrong. You dirty. You dirty. You dirty. I promise you, Brody Doty, you dirty. You next. You next. So I'm like, what, you threatening me? You want to fight me? You want to fight me? She like, no, I'm just saying, you next. I'm like, what that supposed to mean? She say, you will see. And she walked off. What that mean? So Marky opened the door like, you good? Now I see police pulling up. I hurry up. Come on, let's get in the house. I don't want to have no dealings. At all. So boom, we get in the house. Police and pulled up 2 squad cars. Boop, boop. Right, they got the lights on. So we go back to the window. So me and Marky like, I wish I could smoke. So I just looked at him. As soon as he said, I wish I could smoke, I'm like, so he like, I can't hear them. So you see the cop like telling them off the porch to come in. So he like, who, like you see him pointing, and then you hear one of the cops like, who was fighting, right? So Ashley was like, she came over here on my property and pulled me off the porch, da da da. So I'm like, uh-oh. So boom, as we ear hustling, right? As we ear hustling, one of the cops start coming towards our house. So I'm like, what the cops coming to our house for? Like, so boom, you hear the bell ring. So Marky like, don't answer it. So Marky straight up like, don't answer it. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm answering it. So I didn't open up the big special door. I opened up just our regular door. And I was like, hey, officer. He like, hey, did y'all see what happened over here across the street? Like, we're going to, just to close by neighbors. I'm like, oh, no, I heard some commotion. But no, he like, what kind of commotion you heard? I'm like, just yelling. But I'm like, I didn't see no fight. He like, all right, thank you. And I just shut the door, right? And so Marky like, what are they coming over here for? I'm like, they say they going to the close neighbors, right? So boom, you got one cop going to the close neighbors. And then you got one cop talking to everybody in the huddle, which was Cynthia. Some of Cynthia peoples now have came up over there. They right there in the little huddle. It was a nice little group. Boom, as we ear hustling and looking, Marky like, look, there go mom. Boom, we see her, right? All of a sudden she parking, in the front, right? Because normally she'll go around and probably park in her garage, right? And then my dad would switch out the car, then pull in front of our yard. Like, it's a routine that they normally do. But this running, boom, they pull up. So that let me know, like, they might be stepping out again, because that's what that normally means. Boom. So me and Marky, we hurry up and separate from each other. Boom, I goes in my room. Marky goes in his room. So I'm just sitting there like, no door. Mind you, we got no door on our, like, we have no door, man. So I'm just sitting up there looking stupid and nervous at the same time. Like, soon as she walk past, she gonna see my stupid and nervous look. So I'm like, sitting there, you hear front door now opening. After that, like, at first, I felt like when she was gone, like, a burden was lifted off me. But now she back in the house, I feel nervous, tight, tense. Worried, very weary. Boom, front door now opening. I knew everything was over when I hear that front door now opening. Boom, man, he goes upstairs. He like, wait, you have no door? So I'm like, leave me alone. He like, wait. And he was sticking his hand, right? He was like, you really don't have a door. I'm like, you really don't have a door? I'm like, dork. He like, that's why you don't have a door. And he ran off, right? Shut his door. Boom. My mama, she stops at my room, right? And she just faced me and she looked. She like, y'all did my walls? Y'all did my cabinets? I'm like, yes. She said, I know y'all know what's going on. Why the police out there? I'm like, they had a fight. She like, dang, I missed it. Where they was at? Was they angled that way? Because I'll probably be able to see it if I run my cameras back. So I'm like, in my mind, like, run the cameras back. She gonna see me outside. So I was like, no, it was down the street. She like, dang, I missed it. She like, oh my God, like, who won? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it was just down the street. I just saw, like, they all had ran down that way. She like, why you in my window? How you even know that? Why you in my window when you're supposed to be cleaning? I'm like, because we heard a lot of yelling. So she like, come downstairs in the kitchen. I'm like, okay. So boom, I go downstairs in the kitchen. My dad, he's sitting in the dining room and he's sorting through the mail. He going through the mail, right? So he looking through the mail. And so I'm like, hey, Dad. He's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. He like, everything okay? I'm like, yes. Boom, Mark comes upstairs. My mom comes upstairs. So my mom like, oh, Al, I left the phones in the truck. So I look like, you took the house phones and took them on a ride with you? You didn't have them in the house. You literally took them with you. That means like you just did not trust nothing. Like you did not trust us at all. You took the phone. So while we up there looking, or me rather, looking high, low, and everywhere in between, you got them with you. So my dad like, all right, I'm gonna go get them. So I'm sitting there, she like, Marky, you did my walls? You did my cabinets? He like, yes. She said, okay. So this is what I want you to do. Y'all clean every TV. So y'all can pick whatever y'all gonna do, but I need every TV in the house to be sprayed and wiped down. All the wood that's in here, even if it's a glass table and it got wooden legs, okay? I want you to get that wooden spray, that wooden polish, wipe my wood. Clean all the woods that's in the house, okay? Number 3, I want y'all to go in the bathroom and I want you to clean my mirrors and the toilet. So Marky like, clean the toilet? Yeah, clean the toilet. Put on some gloves, clean the toilet. Clean the toilet, yes. I normally take care of the bathrooms, but this time I'm gonna let y'all take care of the bathrooms. Y'all got it? Y'all grown, y'all doing it. Oh, but one other thing. Y'all don't have nothing else y'all need to tell me. Everything is out on the table. So I'm like, yes, everything is out on the table. Okay, we're going to enjoy. Y'all talk about who gonna clean what. So Marky like, look, you already know I'm not cleaning the toilet bowls. I'm like, bro, okay, I will clean the toilets. I'm like, and you clean everything else. He like, what? I'm like, yeah, you polish this, you do. He like, man, I'm gonna beat you in all the work. I'm like, you don't want to do the toilets? I'm like, so it's either we split everything down or I do the toilets and you do everything else. He like, all right, fine. Split all the chores down. I'm like, all right, cool. So boom, we doing the chores. Now, mind you, the chores is taking a minute, right? Because it's a lot to do. It's a nice ass house. It's nice. It's a big size. It's a nice size home. So when I say we was cleaning for a nice long time, we was cleaning. So boom, we polishing stuff. Boom, we get everything done. So I'm like, everything done? She like, everything done. Now, in my mind, I'm like, man, I can't wait to sit down. I'm so glad that this is over. Like, we're done. And I'm looking at the time like, man, it's almost, you know what I'm saying, in late evening. Like, it's almost time to lay down and get ourselves prepared and ready for school, you know what I'm saying? So my mama like, alrighty, since y'all done, I'm going to go check and make sure everything is good. So she put on her white gloves. Boom. She testing stuff, wiping it. Everything is in her liking. And plus, I knew how she liked this stuff. Mark, he actually really took his time. So Marky like, man, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, me too. So I'm like, Mom, she like, what? I'm like, me and Mark hungry. Okay, I know that y'all need to eat. I know y'all ain't eat all day. I know, I got this. I got this. I'm responsible for y'all. I got this. She said, okay, everything is clean. She like, so this is what I need you to do. Y'all can pick. I don't care. Y'all can flip a coin, however. Pick a corner to any wall. So I'm like, to any wall? Yep, it could be upstairs, downstairs, wherever. Pick any corner. So I'm like, she like, come on. A corner is a corner. It don't take that long. Pick any corner. Since y'all acting crazy, pick a corner that's in here that you can see. So I'm like, dang, I was going to pick downstairs corner. So I'm like, I picked this corner right here. So that corner was like in the dining room where Mark had snuck his girl in that window. So it's in the dining room. So I'm that corner right there. So she said, okay, Mark, pick your corner. So he like, this corner. No, that's too close. No. Pick another corner. So he like, all right, that corner right there. He picked a corner that's in the kitchen, right? So my mama said, okay, both of y'all switch corners and y'all go in it. So I'm like go in the corner? Yeah, did I stutter? Go in the corner. So I go in the corner, I pick, she say, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like looking at her, she like, you don't understand what I said. She bop, bop, bop. Is you listening now? Is everybody woke in there? Is everybody woke in Roshan head? Is the people, is you woke? I said, swap the corners. Y'all do everything else, but when somebody get y'all instructions, all of a sudden y'all clueless. So I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. Marky, you take that corner that Rody Doty pick. Rody Doty, you take the corner that Mark pick. So I go in the corner, so I'm like, so when I say I was saying some real, like, bogus things up under my breath. We talk about, like, a lot of things. So, boom, I'm standing in the corner. So, boom, my mom started cooking, right? So, she tell me to move to another corner so she can have the kitchen. Boom. So, she do. So, now my legs is about to shut down. Okay, my legs is about to shut down. But mind you, my mama is cooking. She making something quick and fast. She making chicken tenders and fries, right? I can smell it. My stomach starting to growl. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling lost, low-key. All right, boom. My mom get done. She say, I made you and Marky something quick, something fast. Come get your plate. So we come get the plate. So Marky like, can I get ketchup? I don't know. Can you? You know where the ketchup at. You know where everything else at. Yeah, y'all know where my stuff at. So go ahead. So I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. But I just, okay. So, I'm like, okay. So Marky, he going hammer. He going crazy with the ketchup. My mom say, please, don't eat the whole bottle. Please say something for somebody else. So he like, okay. So he put lots of pepper. She said, it doesn't take all that pepper, Mark. Put a little pepper and come on. So everything is irritating her, right? So he go in the refrigerator and he go grab something to drink. She said, you could drink some water. You don't need no sugar. You don't need no type of juice, no pop, none of that. I don't want that sugar to go to y'all head. So boom, he grabbed some water. And so he got the water with ice and everything. So my mom, like, y'all go ahead and eat. So we getting ready to go to the table. So as I get ready to sit down, get comfortable. My legs is about to give out. My mama said, I know y'all ain't sitting. And not at, y'all know nobody sit at my dining room table in case I tell y'all to. Get back in your corners. So I said, how I'm gonna eat? She like, stand it up. You gonna eat standing up. That's how you gonna eat. How else you gonna eat? What, you gonna chew your food and swallow it? If you ain't hungry, put it back. We'll put it in the garbage and the homeless person will be happy to bust open the garbage bag and stumble across that. Either way, I don't care. That's your stomach, not mine. So I'm like, okay. She like, so what you gonna do? But what was throwing me off was the look when she was like, so what you gonna do? Like, your stomach, not mine, boo. So I'm like, I'm gonna eat it. Okay, so get the chowing down, get the eating it, get in the corner and eat. So I'm like, I get like close to the corner. Like, I don't get in the corner. So she said, no, y'all can turn around. So we holding the plates like literally in the corner, right? Marky ain't complaining. Marky over there, oh, that's all you hear. Chewing and smacking and going. Me, I'm eating. I'm like, how am I supposed to eat? Standing up and my legs is about to give out. Boom. I didn't really eat all mine. I ate a few fries and I ate one tender. Boom. I put it there. Me and Marky, we still in the corner. My mom come in from the bar area and she like, who food is this? So I'm like, Ma. She like, so you wasting my money? I'm like, no. She like, you know what? You ain't hard. So I promise you, don't ask for a bag of chips. This is all y'all getting today. This is all y'all getting today. This is it. We don't need to feed liars, thieves, runawayers. For what? You got your 1 meal a day. That's what the Lord said he will bless you with. 1 meal a day. So my mom is just going on and on, right? Now, hours and a half passed. And me and Marky is still in the corner. My mom is out there in the bar getting litty, getting toe up, getting lit like a Christmas tree. So I peek over there and look at Marky. He's squatting. He like, bro, my legs. I'm like, mine too. He like, man, I'm finna sit down. I'm like, no, don't sit down. He like, bro, we can take turns resting. I'm like, how? He like, we could go up there, look at the camera, and we take turns. He like, and I can lay on the couch, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, no, because by the time I run down, mama already be coming through the back door. Like, no, bad idea, right? So he like, I'm finna rest. I'm like, all right. So Marky leaves out his corner, go over there to the couch, and then he lays down, right? He lays down, and he feels comfortable. He lays down, so I'm looking at him. Boom. Literally a few seconds later, he pops up and then gets in the corner. Boom. Couple of more minutes pass by. My mom comes in. Boom. She just checking. Go to the bathroom. Boom. She leaves back out. Don't say nothing to us. She leaves back out. Marky then, he goes back to the couch. Now he sit there for like 10, 15 minutes strong. Gets up, get back in the corner. Minutes later, my mom, it's like he was timing it perfectly. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull it. So I'm like, hey, Marky, me next. He like, all right, so boom. When my mama comes in, she left out. So that, it made me, I was already timing it. That made me think like, okay, as long as I get like 6 minutes, because my legs is hurting. It was shaking. I'm talking about I was weak. You know what I'm saying? My knees was knocking. I needed to sit down. I needed to rest the patitas. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I go on ahead. As soon as she leaves out, I go, boom, I get on the couch. But as soon as I sit on the couch, it was like she left out and came back in. And so I hear the back door now open. And I'm like, I heard her popped up and she said, I know my eyes playing tricks on me because why you not in the corner? I'm like, I went in the living room to do what? I'm like, I was looking for something. Stop getting. Now y'all gonna be in there longer. So Marky like, but I didn't even do nothing. Y'all both gonna be in there longer. For right now, y'all twins. Y'all gonna be in there longer. When one leave, the other one will. Boom, she stumped upstairs. So Marky like, see, I'm like, what? I didn't know she was gonna come back. Boom, she came back down. Boom, left out. So now we in the corner. Time and time progress. Boom. She gets in the jacuzzi, have her bath. Boom man have his stuff. She got his skew clothes out. She finally tell us to go shower, right? So now that means standing up more. I gets in the bathroom. I lock the door. I sit on the toilet stool like, oh, my legs. I'm talking about, I was going numb in my legs. Ouch. I was going numb. So boom, as I shower, right, I get myself together, shower, put on my nice stuff. Marky, I guess he gets himself together. I go in my bed and I just immediately clocks out, right? I clocks out. Boom. Time went back quick. All I hear is, let's go, let's roll. Let's get up. So now she's inside my room, like, dead smack looking over like, let's go, let's roll. Normally she, boom, 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 boom. Right on the door, but it's no door. So boom, we get ourselves together. She tell me and Marky, you leave from the school, come right back home. You leave from the school, come right back home. I said, okay. I'm like, do we got martial art? Y'all had martial arts yesterday and y'all didn't go. We told you, no, and you're not going today. No, I think y'all shouldn't even worry about martial arts. So that made me mad. I'm like, but I like martial art. She like, and I like my peace. I like having my stuff, but hey, I'm not complaining. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm taking the L. Boom. Me and Marky, we leaves out, right? We, boom, perfect success. We get down our block. So we get to the corner where it, to take us down, like this little slight hill for us to get to our bus stop, right? So boom, as we hit the corner, I see Beth. Beth is standing right there with a couple of her peoples. So she like, hey, Rody Dodie, I was waiting on you. So Marky like, yo, is she saying anything crazy? Like, man, I had a rough night. I'm like, man, my legs still hurt. He like, yeah, we ain't taking nobody. Like, he like, we ain't taking nobody bull. He was so serious. And he ain't have not one smile on his face. So I'm like, what's up? She like, so we ratting people out. I'm like, I told you, Beth. So Mark like, you don't have to explain. You already said what you said. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, Beth, I told you. She like, So you wanted to make me look like a dummy? I'm like, you taking it like that? I'm like, no, I did not want to make you look like a dummy. I'm like, plus I'm on my way to school. She like, okay, so next time your mama come and ask me something, I'm going to tell everything. I'm like, go ahead. You been telling. She like, I can't believe you told it. And then in my face, after me and my mom lied for you, hid you up in the crib, and you can come get that book bag with the sweater. Girl, you think I care about that book bag with the sweater? You can keep that. You can keep that. I got plenty more book bags. You can keep that. You got roaches and dust and dirt over there, like from underneath your bed. You got me messed up. You can keep that. So I'm like, you can keep it. She like, oh, I could just take it to May and give it to May. I'm like, Beth, please. She know you was over there anyway, right? I'm like, but I told her that you didn't know. She like, yeah, it's cool, it's cool. She like, just don't say nothing else to me. Don't break up no fights. I don't care if I'm fighting Cynthia. I don't need you touching me. I'm like, so if I would have just grabbed her, I don't care who you would have grabbed. Just don't touch me. I'm like, Beth, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said nothing to my mom. So Marky like, what you saying you sorry for? I'm like, Mark, stop. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Yes, I did wanted you to have my back. I'm like, but my mom scares me, man. I don't, sometimes I just say whatever, just feel comfortable at the moment. I'm sorry. Give me another chance. And she like, all right, it's cool. I accept your apology. I'm like, you accept my apology? She like, yeah, because I know how May is. May can manipulate people real good, because she got me like that a few times. But I was looking at you like, dang, you forgot the plan what we talked about. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, but we got to get to school. So Marky like, yeah, we got to go. And he just straight up grabbed me, right? He straight up grabbed me, boom. We gets on the bus, because the bus was like straight up coming. We gets on the bus. So Marky, he mad. He like, man, why you always got to go out like a punk, man? Sometimes you be so soft. You be soft, bro. I'm like, how I'm soft? He like, bro, she wrong. She was finna try to jump you or fight you. I'm like, but she didn't. I'm like, and I understand why a person would be mad if you tell a person to have your back and then you go and do the total opposite. You're like, man, you're soft. You're so, for real, you're soft. You're tissue. I'm like, it's cool. Let me be tissue. And I'm like, you're too hard. You're hard. You're a hard piece of straight up like that. So he like, man, my thighs hurt, bro. My thighs. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get to school. So boom, it's Monday. This is when everything's supposed to happen. Who's going to win and this and that and the third. So boom, we all going to have to go to the assembly, right? You know, to hear their speech and things like that. Like, this is the real deal. So boom, the early mornings was good. I didn't see Danielle. I started seeing Danielle like a little bit towards after my lunch period. Boom, but it was like she was really just on some quick stuff. Like, she waved me and she was just like really moving around because this is her big day today, which I understood. I know I'm gonna see you later. Boom, it's time for us to go on assembly. Boom, we go to assembly, everything good. So now we're waiting to see who won, right? Mind you, yes, I have saw Charlotte in them, but they got a lot of people around them, you know what I'm saying? And they not going to class. They're just really going to class and talking to students and, you know, trying to get that last minute vote and things like that in that nature, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the vibe, everything felt great, right? Everything felt great. So the guy that was calling me boy, girl, he sees me. He like, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He like, nothing. He like, you still mad? I'm like, man, look, go on here for a swing. He like, come on, swing. And he walk away. Now, mind you, he was already mad, right? But he was more mad because I didn't want him to go up there and go approach her that day. Because why would you do that? Like, I don't want you to play with her feelings. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, he walks away or whatever. All right, boom, time to progress, right? I'm in class. So they going on here and they say that it's a draw. And that the principal and the staff, they will be voting on who should win. So we would know later today, right? We would know later today. So boom, we have to wait for a decision. So I'm sitting in class, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my 7th period. I'm sitting in class. Time to progress. We got one more time that went by fast. It had flown. So I'm looking like, all right, almost 8th period. I'm like, I'm gonna go see Danielle. So all of a sudden, you hear at the teacher door. I'm always paranoid when I hear someone knocking at the teacher door. So I see them. So they like, Roshan? I'm like, huh? They like, you wanted down there in the principal office. I'm like, the principal office? Yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, take my stuff or leave it. He like, just take it just in case. So I took my stuff. I'm like, all right. He like, y'all don't have no homework, so you should be good. So I leave it. I'm like, what's happening? So I'm like, can I stop at a class to see my brother? So the security guard, he like, no, we gotta go straight to the office. I'm like, why I'm going to the office? He like, the principal will let you know. He like, I really don't know. He like, they walkie-talked me and told me what class to go in and who to pull out. I'm like, okay. So I get in there. Right now, I'm walking in this blind. I get in there. It's my mom. So I'm like, why is she here? So my mom like, so I talked to the principal and I let them know what incident has taken place at my house because I'm gonna need their help on this. And I need you to tell them, what's that girl name that you said that you was spending, that you and Mark spent the night over when you was gone? I'm like, we're talking about the friend from SKU. Yes, the friend from SKU. What's her name? I'm like, what happened? She like, what's the girl name, Roshan?